Hello good day viewers. In this tutorial we are going to find a solution to this interesting exponential logarithmic equation, which is x squared minus 5x plus 5, the whole of this raised to the power of x squared plus 4x minus 60, which is equal to 1. So on what condition will the left hand side be equal to 1? We have three conditions. The first one is if the exponent is equal to 0. Remember that any number raised to the power of 0 will give us 1, provided the base is not equal to 0. Therefore, x squared minus 5x plus 5 cannot be equal to 0 in that case. And the second condition is when the base is equal to 1, irrespective of whatever the exponent is. 1 raised to the power of anything will give us 1. And the third condition is when the base is negative 1, but negative 1 raised to the power of an even integer. Therefore, the exponent will have to be an even integer in that case. So now let us write the three conditions. The first one is when the exponent is 0, that is x squared plus 4x minus 60 equals 0, but the base, which is x squared minus 5x plus 5, cannot be 0. That is the first condition. And the second condition is when the base is equal to 1. That is when x squared minus 5x plus 5 is equal to 1, irrespective of whatever the exponent is. Then the last condition, that is when the base x squared minus 5x plus 5 equals negative 1, but in this case the exponent, which is x squared plus 4x minus 60, x squared plus 4x minus 60 will have to be what? Even integer. So now let us start with the first condition. In the first condition, we are going to solve this particular equation, but since we don't want the base to be equal to 0, we have to plug in those values into the base and see whether we're going to get 0 or not. To solve this particular equation, we are going to think of two numbers which when we multiply them together, we get negative 60, but the moment we add them together, we get positive 4. And the numbers will have to be negative 6 and positive 10. Negative 6, positive 10. Because negative 6 times 10 is negative 60, and negative 6 plus 10 is positive 4. By setting each factor to be 0, it implies either x is equal to 6 or x equal to negative 10. But we are not going to finalize. We have to plug them into this function to see whether we're going to get 0 or not. So let's start with 6. Plug in a 6 here, we have 6 squared minus 5 times 6 plus 5. This is 36 minus 30 plus 5. This is 6 plus 5, which is 11, and 11 is not 0, meaning 6 is a valid solution. Let us plug in negative 10. Negative 10 squared minus 5 times negative 10, then plus 5. This is 100. Negative 5 times negative 10 will be positive 50, then plus 5. This is 155, which is also not equal to 0, meaning 6 and negative 10 are part of the solutions. So let me box this here. Second condition is when the base is equal to 1. So when the base is equal to 1, we are going to take this one to the left hand side. We have x squared minus 5x. As 1 crosses over, it becomes negative. We have 5 minus 1, which is 4, and this is equal to 0. Think of two numbers which when you multiply them together you get 4, but the moment you add them together you get negative 5, and the numbers are negative 1 and negative 4. So negative 1, negative 4 equals 0, which implies that x is either equal to 1 or x equal to positive 4. Remember, we don't have an extra condition here, so these are part of the solution. Let us take the last condition. That is when you have the base to be negative 1, but the exponent will have to be an even integer, right? So here is the last condition. Let us take -1 to the left. We have x squared minus 5x. As this crosses over, it becomes positive. 5 plus 1 is 6 equals 0. Think of two numbers which when you multiply them together you get 6, but the moment you add them together you get -5, and the numbers are -2 and -3. And by setting each factor to be 0, it implies either x equal to 2 or x equals 3. But we're not going to finalize. Let's plug the two values into the exponent. Let's start with the first one, which is 2. We have 2 squared plus 4 multiplied by 2, then minus 60. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. This is 8. This is minus 60. If you add these two together, you're going to get 12 minus 60. And 12 minus 60 is -48, which is indeed an even integer, right? So 2 is a solution. Let us consider 3. We have 3 squared plus 4 multiplied by 3, then minus 60. This is 9. This is 12 minus 60. This is 21 minus 60. And 21 minus 60 is -39, which is not even, right? Therefore, 3 is not a solution. So far we have 5 solutions. X could be 2, 1, 4, 6, and -10. So let's write all of them together. X value could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 4. Let me see. Then we have 6 and -10. 6 and -10. These are the solutions to this problem. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.